I know you guys want more from me than what I'm going to give you. I'm never going to sell myself to you. I originally started going down the same processes as other people, setting up my system this way, that way, whatever. And then I was being treated like I was there to entertain you. I wasn't giving you information to entertain you. I was giving you information so that you could change your lives. And then at a certain point, I started changing it completely. I know the rhythm that will make me win the way you want me to win. But the rhythm of the way that I want to win has nothing to do with being your entertainment. Life is difficult because you make it difficult. And you make it difficult because you believe that the Bible, that this holds the answer, that holds the answer, that this knowledge holds the answer. And yes, it can reveal things to you, but you can also learn it without reading a damn fucking thing. It's a choice. Period. I personally thoroughly enjoyed learning things, but to be real, there were several things that I actually already knew. I hear condescending, I hear arrogant, and the fact is I'm neither one of those motherfucking things. That's how in tune I am with this shit. And it's literally there confusing me. Okay? This thing wants to say this thing wants to say that. The first thing that I fucking figured out was, how the fuck do you not know the creation of the universe? How do you not know? How do you make stupid moves? Yeah. How is that possible? Well, reality check. We make stupid moves, so it makes stupid moves. Yep. Until it's absolutely with you. Yeah. Religion is a tool to separate you. Life is meant to be lived. And guess what? We did that. And you know what slapped me in the face? That motherfucker's death. And the year before, what slapped me in the fucking face and him was getting physically assaulted. Yeah. And you know what? We were still living a little bit like a certain way, but it wasn't the certain way. I mean, it was the certain way, but it wasn't the certain way that got us there. Yeah. Me wanting to take my power back, me having like a vision inside of that bar, knowing everything that had been taking place. There's a point where you don't really have control of the understanding that you know when your mind already wanders. Okay? Especially when you're high as a kite. So let me even be clearer. Just because you do motherfucking drugs doesn't mean you're motherfucking evil. Yeah. And I'm not just saying that because I partake in a few different things that you all consider drugs. Yeah. Smoking cannabis is actually wonderful for your fucking body. And if you can't smoke things, it's not good for you. You see how it's not just straight across the board? If it's not good for your body, it ain't good for you. That's it. That's all. But it doesn't mean that when you're doing something, you don't see what you see and you don't know what you know. I have argued even certain points. I have been called so many fucking names that I was so terrified that if I talked to you people about certain things that you would do. But you did it when I wasn't fucking doing anything. When I wasn't doing that or being a participant of it, somehow your weaselly asses knew. And you want to know why? It's because you did it too. And you're ashamed. So you try to call someone else out for what you did. Isn't that sad? I think it is. That's not a life to be lived. And personally, I've had it. I've had it. I've had enough. I've had enough of, if you can see it, this trickster right here. But if you look above it, you don't see the trickster. You see those soft and beautiful eyes. That was painted with my fingers. If I didn't fucking focus on anything and I just did it, it painted exactly what I needed it to be. From my understanding alone. From my life's work. That, I don't fully understand it, but I do. I know that that's the being on the other side. I know that that's potentially mother, but it could be anyone or anything. And your anger and your hate and your greed and your lust and your evil ass deeds, okay? That's what you do. When you can't forgive you. You think it's directed at them. You think it's directed at them. But you wanted somebody to protect you? Well, start fucking protecting yourself. You're an adult now. That's mother for me. And I don't want her to stand there with her damn mouth open. And I don't want her to be recycled. I don't want her to have to come back again. But she will. She'll have to relive something. Or wait. Will she have to? Will they continue to be able to siphon her for what she's done? What she couldn't get over? If I heal, I don't fucking think so. So when I heal all the way through. That's all that matters. Because I didn't have to protect her. I didn't know her. She owed me, right? She's mother. But my mother, when I have compassion and love for her, how was she supposed to understand? How is she supposed to get it? Her oldest sister was giving her drugs at the age of fucking 11, man. And my dad ran around calling her a drug addict and a whore. I have those people talking about me too. Not only just that, but what I'm saying is across the board, I got people saying things like that. In fact, she also called me names. She also lied about me. Yeah. She also persecuted me. For the longest time, they called me Danarella because I cleaned the house. And prior to that, I was helping them, her and my dad, do landscaping. And prior to that, I was shucking fucking corn and I was babysitting and I was watching my siblings. And then at a certain point, my younger sister, who was just a year and a half younger than me, was telling them that she was doing everything when she wasn't. So I let her do everything. And you know what started from there? Her and my other sister physically abusing me. The cycle continues. They say that they went through all of these photos and all of these things. And yet the day I picked them up and I'm dropping pictures into my bucket to collect, because I'm not going to leave them behind, because I know that I can focus on a picture and feel the emotion and things like that, right? This guy's a pedophile. This picture, this guy, I don't give a fuck, all right? He never admitted to everyone else that he lied about the fact that he raped us, that he touched our bodies, that he did it to many of the children. Yeah. No one stopped him. And my mom still spent fucking time with him after knowing what he did. My sisters even. Even the sister that I was told that I didn't have it bad enough and she could get him in trouble for the rest of his life because it doesn't have a statute of limitations. She won't ever stand up. Not to me. Not to anybody. Even her own husband disrespected me 3 fucking days after my mom's death and said he could eat that out of my lap if we were in a different place. And the only reason he could feel he would do that is because of the shit comes out of her fucking mouth deciding what she thinks about me. But I am not letting that control me. My husband died less than a month after we picked this shit up. They wrote to me and said, I even got an email that says that thing was just going to get rid of the car that they gave to me. And then when we were leaving, they're like, well, what about the car? Well, we didn't make any arrangements for the vehicle, even though I knew it was possible. And they waited till the very end, and I was saying, adios. Just went like this and was walking away. And then the audacity of one of my sisters to say later, well, that's your fault. Let me be really motherfucking clear. Now that's your fucking fault. If we hadn't been fucking patty caked by you, we would have known that that vehicle only needed a goddamn battery, bitch. And the weekend before my husband died, we would have picked it up that day because we could have afforded a fucking battery and drove that motherfucker back. But you're a weak ass bitch who's a liar and a manipulator and an abuser because you choose to be. You know, they never told me anything about my mother's stuff. I got a message on the internet while my Facebook and stuff was deleted from her husband. Even though they had my telephone number, no one texted me that they were going up to Minnesota to divide the things. No, I learned it was horrible what they put me through afterward. I don't know what they put everybody else through. But you know what? It was funny and interesting. When I said, if you do not change this, this will not be the end, and they did. Yeah. And when I was looking through the things and gathering the things and pondering the things, they gave me a lot of stuff they said they never fucking had of mine. Because they trusted my goddamn memory. And I don't even like saying JD, by the way, because I'm not a damned god. I'm a human fucking being. They knew my memory was so fucking good that they gave me a glove. I don't even think it's still over there right now. They gave me Barbies I didn't remember. I didn't even know if I had taken them or not. I had doubles of pictures that I had taken. Pictures that I had taken that I was never received. Things that I never, whatever. But I didn't receive one piece of her furniture. I did get her vehicle. But that's after in a piece of paper they said it was trash. They manipulated circumstances so fucking much to cause confusion and delay, and the stress of just encountering them wreaked havoc on my life. And then my husband was dead. And then less than a week later, or 2 weeks later, we're in a room with with all these people. This funeral that I already knew would take place the way it would, not only because I had dreams about it, but because my husband told me. Because if you think I didn't tell him about my dreams, you're wrong. You think I want my dreams to be like that? To watch over and over again my husband dying? No. But I did absolutely have multiple dreams about it. And I watched different angles of my dreams. And even though in the previous years I asked how I was going to have clearer dreams to stop drinking and all these fucking things, and I was drinking at this time. So my visions weren't that clear. The dreams, and the visions. And in fact, didn't even realize what was happening. Yeah. For him to act like they weren't true. And I said, how do you think that they're not true when you knew I was dreaming about you, when you were cheating on me, when you were my boyfriend, and you knew I had it spot on? Why do you think this isn't true? And he's like, I don't know. Well, it could have been changed. And then there's so many things that connected everything. I am being treated again like I'm doing something wrong, and I'm not. I'm doing everything I can right now, or anything that I can possibly think of doing, being in this body, being this human right now, where I'm at mentally, what's happening in my life, and I am doing what I physically can. I'm doing what I emotionally can, and I'm going through the photos. They knew that they were going back to the pedophile. They knew that they were running a daycare out of his house. All of these people that knew he had molested their children didn't do anything about it. Yeah. Because it meant either rejection from the family, non-relationship, all of these fucking things. Guess who did the non-relationship? Me. I did. They wouldn't stop bringing us around this nasty stuff. I cut off the photos. I cut out the people. And then my mom got cancer. And I realize I'm bouncing around a little bit in this, but I'm getting it off my chest. You have no idea what you're capable of. I've gotten glimpses of it, and it's still hard to believe. But don't let anyone tell you it won't do this and it won't do that, because guess what? It is everything. And if you're evil, you choose to be, and you bring down all of us because you're evil. Because you choose evil, you bring down the world. Because you allowed in your homes, you bring down the world. And the only way to change everything is by changing you, your home, your situation, your life. And you, being a nut job, will think, oh, I gotta move. Oh, I gotta get a new family. Oh, I gotta do this. No, bitch. No, you don't. You need to look in the motherfucking mirror, and you need to cultivate what you want in your life, and you need to stick to it. Because you already are doing all of those things. You're sticking to this moral reality that women are evil if they're having sex, but not the guy, because that's just natural, and that's just how it is. And no, it isn't. No, the fuck it isn't. Well, it's because we do this and we do that and we go inside and you blah, blah, blah. Or being a lesbian or being gay is wrong and the world is fucking falling apart. No, you are wrong. You are wrong. You are wrong. You deciding that this thing right here is the only thing, or you deciding that this right here is the only thing, or deciding that this is the only thing, you're wrong. This actually, reason I stopped doing it, is it because it was magic. It was because I was controlling things. And that is wrong. Whether it be dead or not. See? That's why she exists. Right there. That thing right here. That's why this exists. This opportunity. Because of your beliefs into that. Yeah, I got a door down here. I'm having to fix it with what I got. And I'm going through all this paperwork. And this is the 5th stack of shit that I'm going through. So I'm using it as a table. What are you going to do, bitch, about my home again? I don't give a fuck. I love this house. I love everything about it. I am happy to be here. I hung this on my wall even though the person who bought it fucking makes me sick. I only heard "not my problem" from Scout once, maybe twice. And I said, what? Don't you ever fucking say that shit to me again. Not my problem. You decided to be with me. You pursued me. You said you wanted this. This is your fucking problem. Do you know I left his ass? Yeah, I did. And I still loved him. And I still treated him as best I could. And yeah, we fought. And he tried to play sometimes the old ass games. I'd be like, fuck you. And then we healed. He asked me to marry him multiple times. I got a bunch of paper rings to prove it, and I don't give a fuck about you and what you think about that. His ring is on this finger because this finger got agitated because I was dyeing something, and it won't fit on this hand anymore because I was swollen when he made it. Yeah. If you knew the shit that I've actually been through since his death, during his life, just being in the same presence of certain people, you would puke at the shit that I've had to deal with. You won't be able to deal with it. You've never been the brick fucking wall standing in between something and another fucking thing and saying, fuck you. I ain't gonna do that. And I did it anyway. Not with you people necessarily. But I did it with the universe. That whole wrestling with God shit, it's real, but it's not the way you think it is. The trajectory of your life is the trajectory of your life. What you decide is what is in it. What you want to be is exactly who the fuck you are. And if you're crying in your fucking Wheaties, let me be really certain. You made those decisions. You have to embrace those decisions. You have to say, yep, I did that. You have to not be ashamed of it. You got to get through to the other fucking side and make it best believe every day is a new day. You want to come at me about my teeth? Well, god dang, baby. Let's rewind a little bit. When I was fucking 13 and I had a cavity, that cavity sat in my mouth for fucking years without anyone taking care of it. Mind you, I'm not diagnosed yet, but I will be diagnosed soon. I'm on the damn spectrum. Yeah, poor little Danielle. She was retarded. Being accused of hating this person, hating that person. No, what it was, why the fuck do I have the same fucking tendencies and I get treated like I'm a worthless human being while you worship the ground another one walks on? Wondered that, but I don't give a fuck anymore. It's because, actually, I already understand. You know what it's about? It's about the fact that you decide who is acceptable to be like this and who isn't. And I don't like this person, so I'm going to decide this, which is a manipulation and lying. And being a people pleaser is just as bad as being a narcissist. It's all the same fucking energy, and you don't want to look at that. Yeah. You know, I go out in my yard and I do what I can physically because of the assault. There's a lot of things that just kick my ass, all right? And it's annoying. That I find embarrassing because I got piles outside. I thought, who gives a fuck? I'll get to them as soon as I can. These people have been manicuring things that don't belong to them for a long fucking time and being deceitful and evil. And I was like, well, maybe I can just ignore it. Maybe I can get through this first and I could do this. And now you can't. I can't just get through this. I have to fucking understand that I'm already fucking through it and it's already taken care of. Because a man thinketh so he is. Anyway, your religions are tools that are keeping you from the truth. And they're also siphoning you, and you're giving energy away to beings that exist because of this complex bullshit. And yes, people, you know there are tribes who fucking are cannibals. To think that human beings across the world, living wherever the fuck they are, that they're not cannibals, you're absolutely wrong. And if you think there aren't systems set up for those people to enjoy their meals, you're fucking even sicker. Because you just have no clue about anything then, do you? I'm not a cannibal, by the way. Yeah. I'm just a girl who throughout the years, who had people around her who had the money. Yeah. Who promised her, I will help you here and I'll make your life easier. Second husband. Who never allowed me to go to the dentist and only got his fucking teeth fixed. Yeah. Well, guess what? I don't have gingivitis anymore. I'm not sick right now. I'm not overdoing myself for you. I'm taking care of my fucking body. I'm a little annoyed I'm walking on some sticky stuff right now. But the fact is I can mop this floor and I'll be okay. And when I'm done today, there'll probably be another fucking pile on this motherfucking table. And you're gonna think I'm a mess. But I'm gonna tell you I'm victorious, bitch. I'm the winner. I'm the winner. I don't care if you're the winner too. You're the one who couldn't stand that I was winning without you. And that I never wanted to win without him. And ma'am, and sir, you are responsible for the choices and actions of your life. And I haven't even told you all of it. And you're going to decide, well, she's this and she's that and blah, blah, blah. Well, because I don't care, bitch. That's what you are, right? And I still use that word at myself, so no wonder I'll use it towards you. If you don't want to wake up, that's a fucking choice. If you don't want to be the life that you choose with your voice, whom you are, that's a damn fucking choice. And I don't care if 1,000 people watch this or 0 people watch this. This is frequency, baby. And this is my fucking voice. And I do tell the truth. And I do tell people what's real. And by the way, I don't heal people who don't want to be healed anymore, because the mess I'm living in is because of that choice. All I had to do was fucking not partake and fucking be in these people's business while they're spewing it all over the internet, keep my fucking shit to myself, and not encourage them. They sent all their energy my way, and I could not hold it back alone in the weak state I was in. And even though people who were doing what they were doing that day killed my husband, because that's the ground I stand on. Because their so-called truth doesn't add up to the fucking physical evidence. Yeah. And the mistakes made in the chain of evidence and how it was prescribed means people need some new training, babe. And to be even realer, I don't give a fuck what you think about me. But your thought forms do exist. And to push to even think negative thoughts towards other people, shame on you. You need to work on that. That man right there, he made a lot of mistakes in his life. But going to work, doing what he could to live his best life, loving his wife as good as he loved her, that's me. I'm his wife. Being the man he was, the guy that I married, he wasn't fake. He was real. He was hurting too. Was willing to let me heal him. Because while he wasn't ready, I kept having dreams telling me, this is what you gotta do. This is what you gotta do. I had to let it go. I had to be good to him any fucking way. Anyway. And he hadn't even been honest yet. Not really. And he's still with some secrets. But I already know it's true. He's already knew. It was his weakness lied to me. But you know what is the truth? When you spend 24/7 with somebody and they call you all the fucking time and they do everything they ever wanted and were working towards everything that they had given up for something else, such as going flying getting that organized and worked out and moving forward and thinking about those things, and then we got assaulted. It wasn't easy, man. But that man right there was the love of my life and still is. We pledged fealty to each other. And whether he was on this planet and it was vice versa, and he could do or not do those things, it doesn't bother me anymore. See, that man, was so abused, so discarded, so disgusted with himself. He became a new man. And nothing anyone could ever tell me about him would shock me, because I already knew these things. See, there was plenty of times I held him as mother. There were plenty of times I held him as wife, lover, friend, partner. There was plenty of times I observed him. But one thing I didn't get for certain yet is these thought forms. And this man was everything I ever asked for. It was everything I ever dreamed of. And you know what's even more beautiful? That guy right there, I met him at a fair when I was 18 or years old. Some incident happened between us. One day we were talking about the caves. You know, so trying to figure out if we went to the same caves or not. And I finally got these pictures back. Yeah? And there's a name on the wall I took a picture of as Scott. It's with a boy. Something I knew about him already. Nothing I was ashamed of. Nothing that would hurt me. Because love is love. It's when you're in a relationship and you're hurting that person because you can't get through your own shit. That's where you're wrong. And while you're running around cheating on your wives or your husbands or whatever the fuck you're doing to cover up whatever stupid ass shit you're doing that the person with you doesn't want you to do, you are hurting them. You're making them unhealed in a place that they cannot heal. Because they don't even understand what to do with that. Because they think it's them. And it has nothing to do with them. Because I was loving this guy perfectly and purely, and I was taught that perfection means nothing. In fact, it's wrong. Okay? And I was loving that guy during the time I knew he was cheating on me. And he wasn't very good to me. He did some really bad stuff. But he never called me names, except the one time I caught him at the bar with someone else. It was just a random. She ended up seeing us later at a 4th of July parade. She's standing right across from me. He didn't even know who she was. That was real. I had an ex who used to lie about not being able to remember. Yeah. But he really couldn't. He went to work physically injured. He pushed himself through it. He fucking kept working. And he felt an obligation to go to work that day because of the way he was raised. And I resented her for it. Because I told him I would be fine with him being at home. That I thought it would be nice. That I wanted him to do whatever he thought he was going to do. Because the weekend before he died, I had begged him to stay home and he didn't. And I knew I couldn't force my will. And I couldn't get that emotionally involved. Because it hurt me that he didn't do what I asked him to do. But when you know not to do something, don't do it. When you know to do something, do the best you can. because everything else will get filled in, whether you understand it or not. Whether you're evil or you're good. Yeah. It's a hard pill to swallow, isn't it? It's true, though. Whether you're evil or good. But while you give all your energy away because you want to participate in a religion, and you want to tell other people how it is, and you decide that it isn't, and you want to judge yourself because you think you're evil, and you're not, because you think you might go to hell if you do this, that, or whatever. Note, that's just a mental illness, baby.